What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive, and here is the next Coffee and Clash episode for you guys. Hope you all enjoy the questions and the answers and the awesome attacks in the background. As always, please leave me questions for future Coffee and Clash videos. Let's get to it. The first one is from Traith Lefier. Hope that's how you say that. Hey, man, great video. I caught onto your channel about 2 weeks ago, and in that time, I've drastically improved my 3-star success rate at Town Hall 8. For my question, I was wondering 3 particular changes to wars and Clash of Clans that you would like to see. Hey man, welcome to the channel. I think sometimes I forget the fact that there's 150, 200 new people, new subscribers every day to the channel. And that's crazy. That's so cool that you just found the channel. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. As far as your question goes, 3 things that I'd like to see to wars and Clash of Clans. Let's say, okay, first of all, remove the poison spell for Town Hall 9. Make it unlockable at Town Hall 10. And remove the 30 seconds for Town Hall 9 and below. So that would make the game fun again at that level. 2 would be arranged matchups. And 3 would be another form of war, and probably something along the lines like we've talked about: 5 versus 5, short 1 to 3 hour wars, quick. You can do them while you're still in other wars, maybe just during prep day, something like that, to avoid people being able to make their bases and try to get matched up and cheat that way. So just prep day, but or if you're out of war, but just quick, wars, jump in, jump out, enjoy it. It would be great for content creators like myself, for streaming. It'd be great just for fun, just something to do for war guys in between wars. So those would be my top 3, probably. I didn't think about it very long just while doing this video, but those would definitely be up there. Cherry668, Coffee and Clash question: do you think that the Hulk, Green Man's hate for the game is understandable? He hates all the games and the Clashers like anything, or do you think he is hating the game for no understandable reason? Thanks. There could be a lot of guys that don't even know who Hulk is at this point, because he has been gone for a long time, but he was an original guy like myself that started doing war content, and he left a long time ago. And no, I don't blame anybody for leaving and being upset. There's a lot of things that I feel like should have been addressed months, if not a year ago or more, that have not. So no, I don't think it's unjustifiable at all. And people that decide to leave, if you're not having fun no more, it's time to move on. So eventually, one day we'll all move on, and we won't, be playing this game forever. So he just left before the rest of us. Wish him well. FCL 859. With war weights and matching so messed up, is 9.5 still a legitimate strategy? I'm in a DWA clan, and I've heard from many high-level friends, including my buddy Dark, and they all have said that it makes more sense to drop infernos and bows sooner than later when you get to Town Hall 10. Here's the thing: they did not change anything to my knowledge of the war algorithm. Okay, offense still is weighted way less than defense is. And so to say does it make sense, it simply depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to keep the war weight down while you sort of level up and learn to 3-star, then that makes perfect sense, and it's still a very viable strategy. The problem is, and if you're in the DWA, you're going to run into this, is arranged matchups. 9.5s are, unless the enemy team has one, you're not going to get to be in that war. No one wants a Town Hall 10 offense and a Town Hall 9 defense going against them. It's an advantage to you, not to them. So I think you are going to see that that's the problem. That's the reason a lot of people are going away from it. It has nothing to do with how effective it is at keeping war weights down. If you had a full clan of Town Hall 9.5s, you would dominate. That's a fact. You would get mostly Town Hall 9s, and you'd get a few Town Hall 10s, and you would win that war every time. So I feel like there's no argument against that. It's just a matter of how you play the game, and do you want that to have those arranged matchups, which no one's going to really want to. If both teams have a 9.5, okay, but it's an odd place to begin right now. Frankie's Clash of Clans and mobile gaming. CNC question: Jake, do you think Barbarian Party would have a chance to win against OneHive? I don't know. I want to war those guys. I want to have a war with them, because I think it would be fun, and I like Cam. I think he's a cool guy. But I really don't know what their skill level is, so I would hate to say yes or no. maybe I think it would be an interesting, entertaining war if nothing else. I'm not sure they've seen, and maybe I'm saying this out of ignorance. I don't know what wars they've done. I'm not sure they've probably had a top to bottom war like it would be against OneHive with tough bases and high level heroes and all that stuff. So they might struggle, but they might do really really well. So who knows? Maybe one day we'll get to do it. I still need to reach out to Cam. I've just been lazy and haven't done it, and see if we can get that done. Camster32, hey Jake, what is your Pandora station whenever you stream? It's just an 80 station that I've sort of cultivated over the years, and I'll try to remember to put a link in the description here for you guys on that. I did tweet it out last time. I need to tweet it out again because a lot of people seem to like it. It's a pretty chill station, and it seems like everybody has, it's a tune or two that they really really enjoy. So I'll try to remember to put that down there for you guys that enjoy that. Grim711, CNC question. Hey Jake, how long did it take to get your first 1,000 subscribers, and did you ever think about quitting YouTube? It took a long time. It was funny because like when I first started the channel, like the first day, of course you get, people that were in the clan, and then forever it was like 0 subs, 1 sub. Maybe one day you'd have 2 subs and back down to 0 and 1. And so that takes forever to get anywhere. And I can remember when I got to 500, I was really excited. But it started growing. It started going faster and faster, and it took several months, I would say, to get to 1,000 subs. These days now, people drop, and they if you're in the dropping war community type stuff, just from your clan and maybe the clan family and the friends, and about it, people can get to 1,000 really really quick. But back then, no one was even really searching for war stuff, so it happened very naturally and very slowly. That the growth, especially at the start there, so. It took a long time. Have I ever thought about quitting YouTube? Sure. There's been times, that you think, okay, I'm tired of doing this, but there's times I still really enjoy it. It just sort of, it's like anything in life, I think. At this point, I guess you could call it a second job, because while it's still a hobby and something I do because I enjoy it, it's not like I'm making my living at it. I spend hours and hours and hours every day on it. So it's sort of like a job, and any job, even the one that you enjoy, there's times you don't want to do it. So that's sort of, I like to be honest with you guys. That's where I'm at. There's times I still really enjoy it and still want to do it. And there's nights I'm like, I don't want to make a video. So it just depends on. Sky Harris, if you think mobile gaming is the future of gaming, you're delusional. I am proud of you, Sky, for using the correct "your," but I don't know how anyone could argue against that. Now, you could argue against the timeline of when that will happen, but to say that mobile gaming is not the future, that we will always, in 20 years, PC and console games will still be king, I think it's just, I can't imagine anyone actually believing that. The numbers speak for themselves. There's, too many people have mobile devices, 8 times as many as have a PC or a console device. So I'm not sure how you could have that stance, but now the time frame, I think we could argue about. But to say it's not the future, I'm confused on that. But whatever, to each their own. Gaming with Ashraf. Will you ever make vids of Clash Royale? I would say highly unlikely, and I'm just basing that off of my experiences with Supercell games and the direction they tend to go with them. I think Clash Royale, actually, I've played Clash Royale a fair bit. Not a lot. Usually when I get frustrated and I set it down. But the problem with a game like Clash Royale and with a lot of Supercell games is the way they do their ranking. And it's always about these trophies and as you go higher. And I've told this on stream before, but I'll tell it on this video as well. A guy like me that's competitive and wants to play pretty much everything I play at a pretty high level, and I want to get better and better and better. A game like Clash Royale is a perfect example. I'm level 5. Okay, I'm a level 5 guy. And 90% of the time, I'm going against level 6 or 7 people. That's because I usually win against level 5 people. And so it continues to push me up in trophies. And as you get up there, there's just more level 6 and 7 people in my trophy range. Well, that is frustrating for me because it's a huge advantage. It's a huge advantage. Instead of just making it an even playing field and say, okay, we're only going to match level 5s with level 5s, and the top level 5 will just rise to the top. It's just the way it is. In that game, it's not like Clash of Clans where you can sort of hold yourself back and be level 5 forever and continue to climb trophies. That game, as you play the game, you're going to level up. So why not just make it an even playing field? And if you're the best level 5 in the world, then who cares what trophy level you're at? It just makes the game more fun when it's a fair, competitive matchup. And those are the games I enjoy, like Vainglory. And Supercell doesn't tend to make games like that. So unless they drastically change the direction, no. I will never post a Clash of Royale video. To me, it's not an enjoyable game right now. It's a very frustrating game that every once in a while I pick up when I'm just very, very bored or just waiting for something else to happen. So no, I doubt it. Pucky or Pookie? CNC question. Hey, Jake, long-time viewer. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. With COC slowly dying, have you noticed a drop in view count with your Clash videos? And is it harder for you to create content given your displeasure with Supercell and their poor player interaction? I would say a slight minor drop in views. I mean, very, very slight. We're talking probably single-digit percentages. But yeah, I mean, it's there, and I know that it is slowly dying, and there's people that leave every day. I was listening to a podcast today, and some of these, one of the podcasters, the Clash Files, some of their people were quitting the game. It's across the board. People are leaving, and it's unfortunate because I still love the game. Hard for me to make videos. Like I've already sort of answered that. There's days, I don't think it has a lot to do with Clash. It's just, there's days you don't want to do your job. My other job, this job, I'm sure no matter what you guys out there do, there's days you just don't want to do your job. And that makes it hard. But I still like Clash, and I still have a lot of hope for it. But yeah, there's people leaving. There's no question. There's no arguing against that, in my opinion. It's happening, top to bottom, war clans, just casual players. Everyone's, I think we're past that. I said this several months ago. I think the golden era, the golden age of Clash is over. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it sort of bounces back and gets something that's great again, but it's not what it once was. And that's not just me talking from a war guy standpoint or anything that has to do with me and Supercell. That's just, I think, reality. A lot of people still enjoy it, and I still enjoy it. There's still these bright spots in it, these arranged matchups and things like that are still really fun. But then you can point to so many things that are just so wrong with the game and so wrong with the community. So who knows? But hopefully it'll get better. Tolazi topic anime. Hey Jake, what would your reaction be if Supercell started promoting some other war YouTuber, maybe Powerbang? Ask him what the war community needs, invite him to ClashCon, let him speak in front of a large audience. Would you really don't care that it's not you? No, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. In fact, I think it's kind of already happening. I think Powerbank has some interaction with Supercell right now, so it's kind of already happening. And no, it doesn't bother me. I think that's great for Powerbank. It was like I told Ash when he got invited to ClashCon. I was proud for him, and I am, and I mean it. I'm sincere about it. I hope the best for those guys. Sometimes people just aren't what other people are looking for, and I don't think I'm what Supercell's looking for. I don't know why, but I'm not. And I'm okay with that. And if Ash or Powerbanger or whoever is what they're looking for, and they can sort of ride that wave and reap the benefits of that, I'm all for it. I like both of those guys, so more power to them. I don't think about Supercell in that way anymore. As far as me and them collaborating or communicating that way, because it's just never. They've gone out of their way not to. So I don't even really consider it as a possibility. So if it's someone else, I mean, good, good. Maybe the war community gets something out of that. So hopefully they at least do it with somebody. This next one is from actually one of my patrons, Scott Keats. Coffee and Clash question: when you started out, did you expect the channel to get to this point where people made it their sole purpose to taint OneHive's reputation as a FPC clan? Or did a small bit of this might happen to keep up the good work, man? No, definitely not. When I started out, I've told the story before, but I never expected the channel to get past people in OneHive viewing it. And I mean that. I'm not joking. I don't just say that. I really never thought anybody outside of OneHive would want to watch one of our videos. It was done just for us. It was something that we enjoyed, that it was just a fun way to look back and maybe, if you had an awesome attack, to sort of encapsulate that and hold it onto it forever and be able to go back and look at that and think, man, I remember that feeling, I remember that war, I remember that attack. So really never thought it would ever get out past that. And when it did, I never thought the community would be like it is. It never makes sense to me for it to get like it is and to where people do what they do and get to that point. So the short answer to your question is absolutely not. I could never have imagined it getting this large, much less be such a target, as what's happened recently. So it is what it is. We all just sort of learn and move on. So thanks for the question, man. Alex Ryan. Cincy question, hey Jake, would you say that OneHive has dropped considerably in the Fair Play War scene? OneHive was the ultimate pinnacle of Fair Play War and now has drifted to the top 25-ish. Is that because of your Town Hall 10s not having this same skill as other Fair Play Town Hall 10s, or another reason altogether? Cheers, mate, keep up the good work. I guess I'd have to just disagree. I mean, I think what happened is, and I've said this before as well, that rewind 6 months ago, I think other clans were just that far behind us. I think we were sort of at the pinnacle of fair play because other clans weren't at our level yet. And I've said it all along, that is no longer the case. There is probably around 25 clans, 20, 25, somewhere in that range, that on any given Sunday, they can win that war. It's just it comes down to those few town hall attacks, and it's always going to be within a star or two. I mean, you can see that, and I don't know how you say we have fallen off to the top 25-ish. We're in that mix of the top clans, and we could beat any clan, fair play clan, on any given day, and they could beat us on any given day, just depending on who steps up, who performs, who brings their A game, and who sort of is not at their peak performance at that time. So I think it's a great thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all, honestly, because we were in a bad position for a while there. We were in a position to where we didn't really enjoy going up against modding clans, even though we used to do that. We used to arrange wars with modding clans because that was where the challenge was. But when we went up against these other fair play clans, we beat them, usually pretty badly. If you go back and look at that, just whiz on our face, WHF is a perfect example. The last time we beat them, it wasn't nearly as competitive as this last time. This last time, I mean, it came down to the wire, very, very close. So all of those other clans have just upped their game. OneHive has not fallen off at all. If anything, we're as good as we've ever been. It's just a matter of the rest of the war community has upped their game, and I think that is a wonderful thing. It makes for much more enjoyable wars. It makes for much more entertaining wars as far as you guys, the viewers, when we're streaming or when we're just making videos. It's just a win-win all around, and I'm very, very happy with it. So I don't think it's anything that negative against OneHive. I don't think we've fallen off. I think everyone else has caught up, and again, that is nothing but good. All right, guys, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the questions. Leave me some going forward for the future videos. I will try to get one out next weekend. Sometimes I have to skip a weekend if I just don't have time. These take a while. I got a lot of editing to do and a lot of stuff like that, but I do enjoy them. One of my favorite series. Hope you guys liked it. Until next time, Jake from OneHive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.